At the minute, the Canon EOS R3 is Canon's only stack sensored camera, and there's actually been a report where there's actually going to be 3 new Canon cameras that will actually have stack sensors. So let's actually find out what cameras these are and to see if it's actually true or not. So as you can see on Canon Rumors, it says 3 new stack sensor cameras coming from Canon CR2, and a CR2 is actually quite a reliable source. A CR3 is a fact in the Canon Rumors like reliability sources rankings, and the CR2 is just below that, so it's from a really good reliable source. So this actually might be true, and there's actually a very high chance that this actually could happen. And basically what they're saying is, like I said earlier, the Canon R3 was the first camera produced by Canon that'll actually come with a stacked image sensor. And basically, if you don't know what a stacked sensor actually is, basically your normal cameras like I've got, like your Canon R6 Mark II, your Canon EOS R, your Canon R5, they've all just got one sensor and whatever it is, 24 megapixel sensor, and then when you take a photo, it basically takes the reading from the sensor and then puts it onto the SD card. However, a stacked sensor is basically 3 sensors on top of each other. I don't think they're all the exact same sensors. I might be wrong there, it could be. But there's like, let's say 3 sensors stacked on top of each other, and basically that is to improve the write speed and improve the overall speed of when you actually are taking your photos and videos. So it really does allow you to shoot in really high megabits per second, and it allows you to shoot in really high frame rates as well. So for example, the Canon R3 is one of the best sports cameras out there because it's got a 20 megapixel sensor. It can shoot 30 frames per second. All the 30 frames per second are going to be fine at all. They're not going to look any weird or anything. However, if you go to the Canon R6 Mark II and start shooting 30 frames per second, for example, if you're specifically shooting something like a ball, for example, then that's going to look warped. It's not going to look round, it's going to look really weird, and it's not going to look right. Same with a bat, it's going to look a bit bendy and it's going to look warped. You're shooting so fast it can't read the data as quickly as it's taking the photos, so not every photo is going to be usable. That's why the Canon R3 is such a good sports camera, because you don't get any jello and you don't get any warping effects. So it actually says, we have been told that Canon will be announcing 3 new camera bodies, hopefully soon anyway, all with different resolution stacked image sensors, and we assume this will be the Canon R1, which is going to be the most obvious choice because it will be their flagship camera. It also says the Canon R5 Mark II might have a stacked sensor. Now this might be a little bit far-fetched because the R5 didn't. However, we did see a sensor upgrade from the EOS R6 to the R6 Mark II. It was a 20 megapixel sensor to a 24 megapixel sensor. It's not the biggest upgrade in the world, but you never know. The Canon R5 Mark II might have it. Remember, this is a CR2, so it's from a very good reliable source, and it is actually saying that we assume this would be. And the last one is basically unknown at this time. We have no idea what it could be or when it could actually be releasing, but basically, yeah, they're the 3 cameras that, or they're the 2 cameras I should say, that might actually have these new stacked sensors. And I think that'll be absolutely huge for Canon because stacked sensors are great, and obviously they don't have a lot of stacked sensors at all, only one in the R3. And if the Canon R5 Mark II had a stacked sensor, I think that would absolutely be amazing for Canon. It'll blow a lot of cameras out of the water in that price range, because I think the Canon R5 Mark II will be really hard to beat. Basically it says we're not sure when this will actually be coming out. The R1 or R5 Mark II have been leaked so much that we actually don't know when it could actually be. Hopefully it will be soon in 2024, and it does actually say it looks like the first half of 2024 will be busy with new camera bodies from Canon. So maybe within the start of 2024, the Canon R5 Mark II and the Canon EOS R1 might actually get released, and we'll finally see if these cameras do have stacked sensors. What do you think? Will you be getting any of these cameras? Do you think this is a good thing, or do you think it's a bad thing because it might raise the price of these cameras? Let me know, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and thank you very much for watching, and I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. See you later.